Barpali in India's eastern state of Orissa is home to almost 900 weaving looms spread across 4 villages. It is well known for ikat handloom fabric. 2/3 of the weavers here are small entrepreneur weavers who earn around $75 a month.
When you have large number of production enterprises co-located in one place, that's what we call as a cluster. In fact, most of the production, it is seen, comes from these clusters, these co-located enterprises. And therefore, if you're talking of development, we need to develop these clusters. Quite often you find that these clusters are operating suboptimally.
Thanks to a grant from Britain's Department for International Development, the United Nations Industrial Development Organization, UNIDO, could assist the weavers of Barpali as well as several other clusters in Orissa. The diagnostic study of Barpali revealed that the potential of the cluster was constrained by lack of working capital, limited storage of inventories, and limited access to formal credit. None of the weavers could, in his or her own capacity, tackle any of these problems.
What UNIDO has been doing is, through the cluster development program, it's been actually providing people with an entity on the ground which aggregates the work of the artisans and then connects them with a potential market. Without the aggregation, it's impossible for a retailer such as us to deal with hundreds of individual artisans.
Fab India is a major retail player and export company in India, specializing in handloom garments and home furnishings. With 65 retail stores, it sources fabric directly from villages across India. It has now just placed its first order from Barpali. Master weaver Panchanan Maya is a busy man. Here in a village in Barpali, he is supervising his first shipment to Fab India. At 600 meters of fabric, it's not a large order, but it is nevertheless significant.
This order is important. We need a big company like Fab India, which we can grow with. This will ease the difficulties of our weavers. If Fab India gives us more orders, we will pass them on to our weavers. They will get to earn some money, and so will we. My business will improve. I definitely need a company like Fab India.
What has also opened doors is the new technology impetus provided by UNIDO. Weavers are now organized into self-help groups of 10 members each, and this aggregation helps them organize common production areas, pool their knowledge, and make low-cost machines that speed up their production.
We got technical ideas from our exposure to other markets, and coupled with the ideas we already had, we designed these low-cost, time-saving machines. We needed capital to make them, so UNIDO put us in touch with a private bank, which gave us a $5,500 loan at a lower rate of interest.
Before this intervention, local banks in the area were unwilling to extend credit to Barpali's weavers due to bad repayment history. But UNIDO's cluster development work convinced local microfinance institution Biswa to design a loan product to suit the needs of the weavers with a repayment period of 20 months. Women too are benefiting from the development of the cluster. They are being trained in the tie and dye method of making yarn, and this saves them the cost of buying the yarn when weaving a sari. They save over $1 per sari. 19-year-old Bumisuta Vibara now makes the tie and dye yarn for the local market. It wasn't easy breaking into, but she's now already thinking up new designs to cater to the demand.
Earlier, I used to go to the market to sell saris and buy yarn. But now I started to sell my yarn there too. I was one of the first people to take my own yarn and didn't know much about the business.
The cluster development approach of UNIDO has enabled the artisans of Barpali to capitalize on their indigenous craft techniques and to include more contemporary designs, bringing aesthetic and unique products to today's consumers. As a result, their incomes have improved significantly as well as their outlook for the future. Assistance to the artisans of Barpali is just a small component of UNIDO's work. Over 1,000 artisan groups have already benefited from the various cluster development programs. The bigger picture calls for replicating activities across 6,000 artisan clusters in India. For this purpose, UNIDO is making its tools, methodology and experts available to all those agencies with a similar mandate, public or private. The goal is to join forces to improve the lives of the artisans, their families and communities and provide better opportunities to reduce poverty across India.